All right, everyone, welcome to Ask Hypnotica 18. I'm going to get right into this because I don't have the letter, but I do remember reading this and I can't find it because I'm averagely organized and people are sending it to my Facebook, they're sending it to my normal email, they're sending it to my Ask Hypnotica. So if you're going to ask a question, send it to askhypnotica@gmail.com. That'll help me organize it. So I'm going off of what I remember her saying. Basically, she is concerned about her son who would like to develop his masculine energy, and she heard and she thinks, and maybe he is even involved in MMA, and she's a little concerned that her grandfather was a boxer, and I guess from all those repetitions of getting whacked in the head, he developed some kind of brain symptom, and it's not good. And it's not good to get your head whapped around a lot, okay? It's not. I played football. I'm sure you watched the movie Concussion. It's interesting to me. But personally, I love football. I love the contact, and that was just me. So there's lots of different ways to develop your masculine energy. It just doesn't have to do with boxing or fighting or wrestling. But I will say this. Every man, I think, should be physical. I was a pretty avid wrestler. I did a little bit of MMA, weightlifting. Any of these things right here is, get you to understand a little bit about your character, who you are. It pushes you. If you have good coaches, if you have good people around you, that's going to help the process of a man pushing himself, because a man is it's a circle of people, and men push each other to get stronger, to get harder, to get more masculine. And my definition of a man, really, to a degree, not completely, but I like this definition, one of them, of it, is a man is someone who can protect his family, that's going to stand up for what's right, who's going to step forward when needed. I think a true masculine man, okay, is a person who not only defends himself, but defends those around him, and will stick up for what's right, and will do so like that, okay? And if you're not conditioned to going after it, if you're not conditioned to have adversity, if you're not conditioned to go up against the grain a little bit and speak out, then I really think that you're maybe lacking a little bit in the masculine energy. Now, there are meditations you can do for the masculine energy. There are lots of dances that you can do for the masculine energy. I don't know if you've ever watched, I think down in the Kiwis, or I think they don't like each other. So, when they do the haka, I think it's the haka, when they do that, ha, 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 stuff like that. That can develop that masculine energy. It's that fire energy. It's that fire. It's that attack. It's that go. It's that assertive energy that is very, very important to a man. Now, you can get that in the gym. Okay, that's a great place to develop it, because when you're pushing that last rep and you're like, you're gonna feel it. That's gonna help develop it, and develop not only your character but your strength and what you're willing to put up with and what you're willing to overcome. Wrestling is a good one. Okay, MMA, if it's in a very smart way of doing it, and it's not just some random and you're punching each other, under a good teacher, will develop that masculine energy. Boxing can develop it. Now, boxing is one of those things where you're going to get tagged a lot. So, if you're dealing with, your head, I don't think it's the smartest thing. All right, but you're going to develop that there. You can develop your masculine energy anywhere. I don't care if it's a runner. Like if you're a runner or a triathlete or something like that, that's way more masculine than me. Because I'm not going to go run 26 miles or go jump in some cold ass water and swim for 3 miles. Okay, I like being at the top of the food chain. All right, but going through that adversity and getting into something physical is so important. We are physical beings, and to develop that, to develop the adversity, to develop the competition, to a degree, mindset, as long as it's not, we're always better than you. The only person you're competing with to develop your masculine energy is you. Okay, there's never going to be a better you than you. All right, so you might as well develop it, and it's good to have opponents that will help test you to find out where your weaknesses are, where your strengths are, and develop that. So the short end of the question, real quickly, is, get your son into something. It doesn't have to be boxing. I'd be very careful with the head and any kind of wax, things like this. But a man's a man. You're going to get pushed out of the nest at one point in time. A man's going to do what a man wants to do, and I firmly believe that. But there's lots of ways that you could just be cautious about it. At the same time, develop that masculine strength. So I hope this helps, and get them involved in something. And other than that, we'll talk to you soon. It's Hypnotica, and we're out.